Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So my name is Jeble Frank, and I'm a data scientist and a learning system administrator. So in this presentation, I would like to share with you our portfolio project that we developed for our ALX software engineering program. So before I start, there is a saying that we are what we eat, which means that food is very important in our daily lives. So now that we have the digital technology taking over the world, there is almost a digital space where you can find almost everything. Now, if food is very important in our life, then it means that we should equally have a platform, a digital space, where we can share these ingredients that we use to prepare our favorite foods, right? Dishes, as some may say. So our app is simply a platform, a digital platform, where loved ones and colleagues, family members, wherever you are in the world, you can be able to share your favorite food, dishes, and all the ingredients that you use to prepare them. That's simple what the app is about. And the app is known as PocketTastes Recipe App, right? So you have it in your pocket wherever you go, whatever you are, you find yourself and you need to prepare something very quick. You have this PocketTastes app that you have over there that you can use to just get a recipe and whatever you want to do. And you, before you realize, you finish preparing your dish. So in the next 5 minutes, I'll do as much as possible to quickly run you through all that comes together, involving the team, the technologies, and everything we use just to develop this app. So meet the team. We have Abubakar from Nigeria, who is the lead developer in this project. You can find him on LinkedIn, GitHub, and X, formerly Twitter. We have Mohamed Idia, which is from Egypt, who is a backend developer in this particular project. Also, you can find him on LinkedIn and GitHub. You have myself, Jeble Frank, who is a data scientist. Also in this project, I also play a role in the backend development of this project. You can also find me on LinkedIn and then GitHub. So about this project, without wasting much time, as I said, this is a brainchild idea that pop up into Mohammed's, the lead project, a developer's mind about how we can have a place where we can share all these important dishes that we enjoy in our life. Now, what inspires us to build this project? As we said, cooking is deeply rooted in our culture. As we always say, culture is all about the language, the music, and dance, and the food. And food play a very important role in our culture. So that's why we choose to do this. And we also, as I said earlier on, we have almost digital space for everything we know on this earth. So why don't we have a place where we can share all these ingredients that we use to prepare our foods, right? And then for that matter, we chose this for the ALX Portfolio Challenge project, right? Important steps. Note, these are not all the steps that are involved in building. There are more, but these are just the important steps. We have the design, we have the develop, we have the test, and we have the launch. And note, they don't follow in that order, as in what is written under them. This is just a slide that is supposed to show you what is involved in building this application, right? So you have the technology and architect, we have the front end, we have the back end, we have the database. So these are some of the technologies we use and the steps that are involved in building this app. Now, architecture diagram. So this is a very simple app. So you have the user making a request. Then at the front end, the JS to take the request, give it to the API. So the API will use Flask, which is a simple Python application. What it does is it has so many endpoints. So this API endpoint is being handled by the Firebase Firestore. Simple. And then the request made by the user is returned to the user. So this is the interface, some of the interface involved in our app. So we have the app screen over there. So we have the login. We have where you can access your favorite dishes. You also have where you can see dishes that are making the name out there in the world, right? So core features, very simple what the app is doing. Create a recipe. So it goes out there. Whatever you are, whatever you have added, whatever ingredient you have added is being stored in the app. So you can go and create all your recipe over there, whatever you want to prepare. All you have to go. The app also gives you that platform to be able to create, search, explore all the hundreds of recipes out there, right? We also have diet tracking. It is not only about sharing nutrition and all those, right? You want to be able to monitor. Okay, so we are living in a fast pace whereby you can forget whatever you are doing. So you want to be able to monitor your intake, your nutritional intake. So the app will also be able to help you do that. We have our where you can save your favorite dishes. When you love something, when you see something on the app, any food or any dish that you find on the app that you think you need to save it for later use, you also have that feature. Also, we are now living in a fast-paced digital world, right? So we have bad actors over there who are always trying to have your login credential and all those things. So one of the most important core features is how to secure user login and then user activities in the app. We have some core algorithm over here, okay? Whether you're a developer, whether you're in the tech industry, at least you must have an idea of what goes into the app, right? So you have the core algorithm and the code snippets over here. We have a way of fetching the app to the route. We have user authentication, as I already said. We have the front end display too. So these are some of the codes that we use. Over here, we have a code for user authentication, right? So when you log in or you create an account, how are we going to authenticate your login and see if you are truly who you say you are, right? So we also have the user registration, which is the backend. So for the first time, if you are logging into the application, if you are signing up for the application using your email, password, and all those, and this is how we are able to authenticate that. We also have the database end over the recipe storage and retrieval. If you want to make a query or request the database and then get the feedback, these are some of the codes that is doing that work for you. We also have fetching and display recipe front end. So these are some of the codes that is also doing that for you, displaying, fetching and displaying for you. And you have query made to the database, and then it returns whatever query you have made, okay, whatever request that you are making to the database, right? So this is not a day job. It takes some time to be able to do all this and that we have done. So you have the process collaboration and timeline, or the timeline, and then what is done during all this timeline. So that's the display. We have the design phase, the deployment, launch, and testing, right? So challenges overcome. At first, we were using SQL Alchemy to do all this, but we have to discover that Firebase together with Render and Flask is very easy to do and then deploy. So we have the challenge of switching from SQL Alchemy to Firebase, right? Okay, and then the decision of which one to choose, whether server rendering and all those things. So they are all part of the challenges that we face during the process of developing the application. Okay, so learning outcomes, right? As a data analyst, I have the opportunity to also learn how to make queries. Since this is my first time of using Firebase, I have the opportunity of learning how to make queries and how to use Firestore to handle database and all those things. My friend and my colleagues also learn about the Flask API and then the Node.js, right? Okay, so in this slide, we have some of the links. If you want to have the full, access to the whole code of the application, we have our GitHub repository that you can, there's a link over there that you can click on the link and then it will take you directly to the GitHub repository. We have the slide deck also over there. We have the demo. We have a YouTube demo video on how to use the app and how the app operates, right? Yeah, so thank you very much for giving me your time. See you.